Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Mini Customs. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because more than likely there will be no more videos until about then. But we're going to fill you in on this video of everything that's been going on since the last video. There's been a lot of work going on around here, a lot of customizations and new tools and everything going on. So I hope you stick around and let's get it started. So if you guys haven't noticed since then, we have done a video on the teardown of the Manco Big Cat, one of my favorite projects. A lot of stuff has been going on with it. I have officially torn out the rear tire, the bearings for the jack shaft, all that stuff. I have re-geared it now, so now it'll have a... I'm working on getting a 60-tooth sprocket to work. The center is 2 inches and I believe 3/8, 2-inch 3/8 for the diameter that we need. And then I have a 60-tooth sprocket actually sitting right here from Go Power Sports. And I went ahead and I drew out the setup on it, measured it out, and a couple of the holes are actually a little off on it, so we're gonna actually have to re-drill holes. 2 will line up, but the other 4 don't match. So my goal is to get this one on there. I'm trying to find a guy with a drill press that will help me cut just that little bit off, which is a pain in the butt, and then drill out new holes for the rest. And this should be the one that's going to go on to the Manco Big Cat, along with we changed the gearing out. So now that this is a 60 tooth, we went with a 10 tooth jack shaft sprocket, which now makes it a 6-to-1. So for every time that little gear turns 6 times, this is gonna move once all the way around. So that's what I'm working on right now. But let me show you where we stand right now. So as for the bike itself, as you can tell, I got the jack shaft out completely. The bearings are a stock 5/8 bearing. You can get them at Go Power Sports, stuff like that. Nothing too special. I'm working on getting these removed. That's hard, but since it's been Christmas and all that other stuff, it's been kind of hectic here, especially working on other stuff, which we're going to go over. I got to get rid of these because it's going to get in the way of the new forks, so we're going to clean this all up and get rid of that. Then we're going to actually start working on moving a bar that's going to attach all the way across. I'm going to try to get a bent to actually come out, and it's going to be solid to the frame. So we're basically going to weld it up to the frame, so then you can literally just stand on it, cruise, do really whatever you want to do, and not have to worry about it, because the way they made these, it was just so flimsy that it was bending, and it just wasn't safe. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest. Thank God they knew how to weld pretty thick welds, so it held on pretty good. So that's going on for the Manco Big Cat. That's where we stand right now. So let's move on to the next project, which we left off on, which was the MB200. So I know what you're thinking. Well, your last video was the MB200. Did you really do anything while you were doing it? Yeah, we did. So basically it still looks the same. We got the new fuel tank on, we got the new fenders on. We got the motor out. This piece, the triple fork piece from Go Power Sports, did finally come in. A buddy of mine is working on trying to test out his new powder coating equipment at K-Loft Powder Coating. You guys really need to check that out. It's going to be down in the description. It'll link you up with his Facebook page, Instagram, anything, and you can talk to him about sending stuff out and getting powder coated if you wanted, and he'll be able to get to you. He's only able to do small stuff for right now because of stuff that he's working on. But once he's up and running, we'll see where we go with that. Hopefully by then I'm not done with all these projects, but knowing me, I'm always gonna buy something new and then tear it apart and do something to it. So, but as for the MB200 itself, we gotta bring it to the workbench. Yep, that's right. So I kind of messed up. I meant to record it, but there's so many videos out on it already. Of the Jangdong 196 is where I screwed up. So I bought the plate from Go Power Sports, and it goes right there, right? I gotta get that bolt. But anyways, if you look right here, that's where it's supposed to mount on the new one. Problem is this is actually a setup for a 212 or a Honda's clone 196, which this technically is not. So now I'm trying to figure that out. I do have the governor obsoleted and sealed up. I do got the stage 1 all done, the Cobra cord, handle, billet handle, and put on the Go Power Sports new sticker. The Juggernaut, cleaned up these a little bit, put in the new racing spark plug, new 18-pound valve springs. Just pretty much everything's done. We just got to figure out linkage is where we're at with that. In the sense the MB200, that's pretty much it, except for we got electrical we still got to do. We also have the new headlight that'll be going in. That'll be a video along with some of the other stuff, but right now I've been kind of taking a break because I got one of my guys trying to get the powder coat, his new powder coating stuff done, like I said, so he's doing the side plates and stuff like that. If he could get it, cool. If not, then we'll have to go to someone else that did actually Gravedigger, and we'll have to deal with that. So that's where we're at right now with the MB200. So the next ride I think we're looking at right now, since we already did the Big Cat and the MB200 now, would be the Coleman, or as I like to call it, the 70s chopper. So that's the next one we're gonna look at. So as for the 70s chopper, aka the Coleman, I actually put that backwards. But anyways, this actually ran at Mini Mayhem. It still runs now. It did a wonderful job. It has a stage 1 kit on it also with 18-pound valve springs and all that other stuff. We are going to be adding parts. I do have them. Stuff like this where we got a brake light. It's going to be an old style cafe racer brake light. We also have the headlight that'll be getting changed over. It's already been modified with a LED inside of it. And because it has way more torque than it does speed, where I'm not really looking for that out of it, I do have a 60 tooth, which I'm going to keep, but I also have this, which I believe is only a 40 tooth sprocket. So I kind of want to see what it'll do with this. If I'm correct, it'll have less torque, but more top end speed. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I believe this should do. But basically we got to tear this down. This is getting repainted. The tank is getting redone with the metal flake along with the fenders, both fenders. This is gonna get repainted in a high gloss after I clean up all the, bars that we cut. And since these were clear covers, they did not handle the dirt very well. As you could tell, you could barely see inside of it. So I got to rip all those covers back off. And I had to do it with the MB200 too. I had to tear it down and basically clean up a lot of it. So basically that's really all that's it. It's a lot of painting and everything for the Coleman. It will be getting a charging system set up and a voltage rectifier, a battery, and putting in, I got switches already mounted for the regular light, and then this will be your brights. I had it all set up way before this channel started with, I want to say 19-inch ape hangers and the mirrors and all that kind of stuff. So basically we'll be finishing up this bike hopefully. So basically I'm hoping to have the MB200 and the Coleman done preferably soon, so that I can really pay more attention to my bigger project, which would be the Big Cat. The Big Cat is like basically my Dingo for this year. The Dingo was a complete disaster, and then it got fully restored. That's basically what we're doing to the Big Cat and modifying it also. I've been talking with my graphics lady on that one, trying to get her to see what my vision is. I wanted to thank everybody on the Manco Big Cat Facebook page for helping me find the decals for the front fairing. I was dying trying to find that. I got some really good images of that, and it'll be really cool to see what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not trying to get a new fairing. I'm not trying to do any of that. So that's pretty much everything except for the last one, which is the Dingo. And now we get to the Dingo. So the Dingo back on Mini Mayhem had a lot of damages done. As if you've seen in the other videos, the tie rod on the passenger side got bent up. So we got new ones that are heavier duty. And my 420, as great as it did, is blowing white smoke like crazy. So I have a feeling I either blew a head gasket or something like that, or it's piston rings, and we're basically gonna have to tear into that this winter to see what happened to the big block 420. So my goal is to rip the, and I'm hopefully not gonna have to remove the engine. If I do, it's no big deal. It's just a lot heavier than a 212 or a 196. And see what exactly went wrong. You could tell it was just burning. I couldn't tell if it was burning blue or white. White's kind of hard to do. Usually means that's running rich. But we're gonna clean it all up and see what the heck happened to her. Worst case scenario, I've ran a couple different ideas of buying another 420 and throwing all the parts on it and just saying screw it and keeping this as a parts block basically. The other part of me is like, well, if it's something as simple as a head gasket, I know where to get those. So, or even piston rings, I even know where to get those. So that's where we're at with that. But today's video is mainly about where we're standing. So today, finally, that's where we're at in all the projects. But today, we finally got the new welder from Eastwood, the MiG 135, along with a plasma cutter. Everything is set up. I got the argon CO2 tank, everything like that, all set up, ready to go. So I'm super excited because I need to make brackets for the MB200 for the front fairing that we're going to be doing. There's also a new welding table, plasma cutter table that sits right here. It folds right up. It's really convenient. I love it. That's awesome. And then on top of that, I went ahead and got a Eastwood combo kit with a grinder and a sander, both comboed out, and it looks good. I like it. It's finally coming together as something. So I've been busy doing that. getting a lot of that stuff ready to go. And of course, I live in the Midwest, as I mentioned in the last video. I'm in Indiana. So it's already starting to become that wonderful time of year where it's snowing and everything. So I've been super busy getting my snowblower up and running, changing its oil, along with getting the salt spreader ready to go. There's been a lot of cleaning going on lately, stuff like that. So that's basically where we've been at. So right now, as it stands, everything's going. It's just going a little slower than I would like. But at the same time, I'm also not trying to rush this and mess up. Because there were times on the Manco Dingo where I was kind of rushing and then I had to redo stuff. It happened, if you even look at the tie rods, me being a guy who's off-roaded a lot, I really should have known better than to go with just, you know, regular, you know, yard cart style tie rods. That was kind of my bad thing. So now we're gonna go fix it. I already got a hold of that powder coater, so we got that all set up. Other than that, everything's pretty much here. We're going to be doing some minor modifications to the front end of the Big Cat before it goes out for powder coating too, along with the frame and stuff like that. While he's got all that, I'll probably be doing a video of the chain guards and stuff like that. So the guy that I'm going through is Coating Customs. He's an awesome guy. He is the one that did literally every single piece on Gravedigger. I took it straight to him, and that's where we're standing right now. Is I'm going with him. He's got a big oven. He's done a lot for me. On that, Gravedigger would not look anything like it does now had I had to do it myself. So I really got to give him his props. So that's where we're at. Until the next video, I know this one's kind of short. I did tell you I do a lot of stuff really, I'm very picky about what we're doing. So it's not one of those, let's just get it running and that's it. We're doing it right. Whether it needs a new motor, a new trans setup, a new clutch, or whatever we're gonna be doing, it's gonna look good and it's leaving this shop looking cool, because that's just how I like my stuff. So, in the next video, I hope to be working on the Big Cat's front end, more than likely getting that stuff ready to go for powder coating, or it's gonna be the tear down. It's probably gonna be that. It's probably gonna be the tear down on the Coleman, AKA the 70s chopper. So we're gonna be probably tearing that down. I gotta get a hold of a painter that I'm really interested in. He does this stuff a lot. So we're gonna see if he's gonna be willing to do it. I hope he is. At least the last time I talked to him was somewhere in the spring. Or no, it was somewhere around in there, and he was totally down to do it. It was something that he had done. He does more motorcycles, stuff like that. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you want to stay up to all the content, make sure to hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.